Hi, my name is Christina Compton, and I'm a student in the residential leadership community at Virginia Tech. Um, Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my own personal leadership philosophies and how I think they're important and play a role in the real world. So, two of the theories that we talked about in the first semester of leadership class were authentic leadership and servant leadership. And I just think those are really important in the world today. Authentic leadership really is just an approach that emphasizes honest relationships and the legitimacy of a leader. So I think that that's really important, just to know who you are and to make sure that that you're expressing that to other people. So just being compassionate to your followers and being passionate about your work, I think, is really important in that. And just knowing your values and also making sure that your actions align with those, I think, is really important. So that just plays a big role in like consistency. And later on, I'll talk about congruence and the social change model. But I just think that that's really essential in every leader, is just to be authentic. But another one that we talked about that I thought was really important was servant leadership. And that's just all about putting your followers first and making sure that they know they can count on you for everything. So, three of the characteristics in that theory that I thought were really important are just listening and being empathetic, and also just building community, because I think that it's really hard to build something up if you're not all in it and willing to put yourself last for the good of the group and everything. Um, Going on to talk about the social change model, which is just the big leadership theory that we discussed in the second semester of exploring citizen leadership. It's really divided into three different parts: individual values, group values, and societal values. So I just picked one from each group that I thought was especially important in my life today. So congruence, like I said before, was really important to me, just making sure that you're, who you say you are, that you know your values and you're expressing those to your followers and just the people around you. So just that you're not all talk and no action, that you're actually doing what you're saying that you're going to do. A group value that I picked was common purpose, because I really strongly believe that nothing can get done if everybody's not in it together. But so that's really important to me. But also, I think it plays a big role in the societal value citizenship, because I know, like, in elementary school they give out awards for a good citizen and everything, but that's not, like, you can't be a good citizen without having a common purpose within your society. So if everybody's working to end hunger, then if you actually want to end hunger in the world, then you have to work together. It can't just be one person saying that they want to do it, because that's not going to make a difference, honestly. And so I just think that those are like some really important the theoretical side of leadership. But in my life today, a lot of the examples that I see, I recently joined a sorority this semester, Kappa Alpha Theta, and we're just reestablishing this year. So it was great to be a part of that process. And they sent in 2 educational leadership consultants to help us get started from headquarters. So they were just really prime examples of what I think a leader should be. I know their names were Mackenzie and Tamara. They're recent alumni that are working for headquarters right now. But they were just great. They worked around the clock to get everything done for us and make sure that we were having a good time and get all of our paperwork in, and just all of everything under the sun that needed to be done. They did it by themselves and they kind of put their life on hold, because I know it was a lot of work for them to do all that. So I think that that's just a prime example of servant leadership, because they really worked on developing us as young women instead of, focusing on their own personal life, which I just thought was amazing, honestly. I know they talked a lot to us about like just professional development and social media and what we should be posting on that, because I know a lot of, especially college students now, take it upon themselves to post everything under the sun, whether it's appropriate or inappropriate. And so that was just something that they stressed to us, and just also being respectful to each other and our teachers. I know one of our high values right now is scholarship. That's our highest value as an organization, and so we've had study hours that they've organized, and just like meetings and everything like that they planned for us. They're also really big on authentic leadership. They actually did. This is the great thing, I guess, about like our student organization, is that they gave a presentation on authentic leadership to us. So we got to learn even more about that. And I know One of like Theta's big things is like they follow the social change model, so it's great to see it actually in person, like being an eyewitness to it actually happening in the real world. I guess how my leadership philosophy has changed is Theta's had a lot to do with it. The residential leadership communities had a lot to do with it, and just honestly, college in general has changed my worldview and individual leadership philosophy a lot compared to what it was in high school. In high school, I had a lot of different various leadership roles, but I guess I was never like I feel like I'm a better leader now not having any leadership roles, so that's just a big difference because in high school I could be the president of this and the president of this and on the leadership committee for this and on a council for this and everything else. I thought that I was, such a great leader and everything, but really I wasn't doing that much because we had, in high school you have an advisor that tells you to do this, and yes, you can delegate to your team somewhat, but honestly, like, it's not a lot of you doing the work, and I didn't realize how many behind the scenes things had to go on with advisors until this year because I've been a part of the leadership team for Kappa Alpha Theta, and since our educational leadership consultants left that were here to start up the chapter, it's been really rough just having to do, adult paperwork and things by yourself. So that's just a big thing, and I realized, like, servant leadership, I have to make sure to emphasize in my own life and make sure that I'm not, especially now during final season, like, it's hard to put your life on hold for other people and just for the benefit of the group. So that's been a big change for me, and just also, like, making sure to be authentic. But thank you guys, and I guess that's the end of my presentation.